The guy I'm dating agreed to wait a bit for sex. Well, he's an idiot, isn't he? But has suddenly flipped on his decision. Oh, yeah, yeah. I wonder if he's been listening to any Red Pill content, right? Maybe some Tom Likas or something. I don't know. Yeah, that's great. I love how women, they get to this point, they'll like bang any hot looking Chad dude they come across. He's so dreamy. Bang me, baby. And then when they get, up there in age, like that Tommy Lahren broad, oh, now I'm going to have standards, Now I'm going to, wait to bang because I've decided that there's more meaning in waiting and getting to know the person. Geez, you didn't have that viewpoint a year ago. 6 months ago, I just suddenly decided, Now I'm going to look for quality over quantity. Now I'm going to look for virtue over six-pack abs. Now I'm really going to look for qualities that will contribute in a positive way to a relationship. And now I want to wait and get to know you better. It's so interesting how these whores suddenly develop some kind of standards of behavior in regards to getting into a relationship. I banged 27 dudes on the first date, but now that I'm getting up to 28 and getting up there in years, I'm not going to bang so quick anymore. Yeah. That's not something we guys want to hear. And by the way, it's not very consistent. Not very consistent at all with your whole feminist ideology, which is generally speaking very hedonistic in its way of looking at relationships. Be like a man. Bang as much as you want. Don't wait. Pair bonds. What's a pair bond? You don't need that. Now you've suddenly decided you do, as if that's something you can just decide to create. It's largely based in biology, you dopey broad. This decision not to sleep with guys immediately, even if you like them, seems very arbitrary to me. And the guy, once he knows about your body count and your history, is like, wait a second. You slept with all these guys on the first date, but you're making me wait? What the fuck? Yeah. Anyway, before I get into this story, I'd like to ask those of you out there that like and appreciate the raw red pill nature of my content that please consider going and checking out my website, therealistphilosopher.com. That is therealistphilosopher.com. And clicking on that donate button, I could really use your help. You can donate Bitcoin to my Bitcoin wallet address. You can donate directly to my Cash App address using Cash App, or via my Patreon. Now, my Patreon is a per-piece platform. I make about 8 pieces a month, so you donate $1, $8 a month, 50 cents, $4 a month, whatever you're comfortable and can donate would be greatly appreciated. So go check that out, realistphilosopher.com/donate. So, I agreed to wait a bit for sex. The guy I'm dating agreed to wait. So, yeah, you required that he wait. How lovely. Yeah. Yeah. Now you place a value on yourself and your sexuality. Before you didn't value it, but now you value it. Oh. I wonder if you ladies understand, by the way, how this looks to a guy. Any guy with half a brain, by the way, is going to familiarize himself with your body count and your sexual history. And if you refuse to give it to him, guess what that is? A red flag. So, gentlemen, if a woman is refusing to discuss her sexual history with you, that is a super huge red flag, and you should not date her. Pump and dump. And if she's refusing to, give it up quick, go find somebody else. She's not worth the effort, okay? If she's got such a high body count that she has to hide it from you, it's not worth it. Not worth it, okay? Especially if she's now requiring you to jump through hoops that she's never required anybody else to jump through, even though she supposedly likes you so much. Which is why she's waiting, which, I don't know, to a guy, that seems contradictory, okay? You like me so much you're willing to wait. Yeah. But you weren't willing to wait for the other 50 guys you banged before me. See? That's where we have a problem, okay? If you were consistent, then maybe, but now you're making me wait. You didn't make them wait. So you ladies really ought to rethink that. Of course, you should probably rethink being whores to begin with. But anyway, we dated briefly several years ago before reconnecting and have gone out on a few dates. She's trying to break the 3-date rule. Oh boy. Good luck with that, honey. For context, he seems to have sustained a crush on me all these years. Never tell a woman that you always had a crush on her, that you've known a long time. She's going to use that to manipulate you and see just how much bullshit you're willing to put up with. Yeah, you think there's going to be shit tests before, if you're talking about a woman that you've never known until recently? Imagine the amount of shit tests you're going to have to put up with if you tell some broad you've known a long time and started dating, I've had a crush on you for years. Wow. She's really going to manipulate the fuck out of you just for the sake of it. Don't do that. That gives her too much hand, too much control. Women they love to do this, okay? Even if they don't have some kind of prerequisite requirement in regards to how long they're going to wait to sleep with a guy, it's usually for them based upon how much they like you and how hot they think you are. If they know that they can manipulate you, they will. It's a big ego boost to them, okay? It's a big ego boost for her too, I'm sure, to make this guy wait. Oh, yeah, I'm so hot. He'll wait to bang me as long as I say to wait. Meanwhile, if he hadn't told her about the crush and he'd acted disinterested, she would have jumped into bed with him like that. We've both agreed we want a date and get into a relationship. Well, isn't that something people do in a relationship? They bang. But I asked to build up physical intimacy over a few more dates before we sleep together. What does that mean? Build up physical intimacy over a few more dates? Isn't physical intimacy sex? I just want to cuddle. You just want to see. This is just a big giant shit test. This is just a big giant shit test, okay? When women do this, it's just a shit test. And that's all it is. You can't tell me that you slept with 50 fucking guys on the first date and never made any of them wait beyond the third, but I got to wait because you care so much about me. No. What that tells me is you don't have very much feeling for me. There's not much passion there. You're not very much attracted to me because I guarantee you, if you thought I was as hot as the prior 50 Chads you banged, you would be banging me now. Not asking me to wait, okay? If you're asking me to wait, it's because you don't see me as a Chad like you did those other guys. That's what it is. That's really all it is. And it's manipulation too, right? That's all. It's a big giant shit fucking test. For me, sex is better when there's trust and an emotional connection. Yeah. It's too bad you never thought that before. We talked about it over dinner yesterday, and he agreed to it. Well, of course he did. To date, he's been a ballless pussy, and he knows that he gave you too much hand when he told you that he had always had a crush on you. So he knows he screwed himself right there. But said he would rather I not come over to make out until I was ready to go all the way. What are you, 15? Make out? It's just a shit test, right? She just wants to see how worked up she can get him, right? She wants to make him wait so she gets more control, more hand, and she wants to see how much hand she can get over him before she gives him the big coup de grace, the gift of her poon. Yeah. As if she doesn't want that cock too. But she wants that control more, baby. Yeah, he'd rather I didn't come over and make out. What are you? What are you, Joni and Chachi? What is this bullshit? Making out. Grown-ups don't make out, okay? Unless it's a precursor to sex. If no sex is happening, then she's just fucking with you and shit-testing you so that she can later manipulate you down the line more effectively, okay? He said he would rather we keep doing dinner until I felt ready. Let me tell you something. If a broad's attracted to you, really attracted to you, she's not going to want to wait all that long, okay? I said, okay. Gave him a kiss through his mask. Morons wearing masks. Idiots. Since he didn't want the temptation of skin contact. Wouldn't you want... If you're so into him, wouldn't you not want that either? Because you'd be tempted to go all the way. So all you really... Let me tell you something, guys. What women are telling you when they tell you they want you to wait because they're taking this so much more serious is that they're not that into you and they just want to have control over you and probably your finances because you're more financially viable than the 50 other loser dudes who they banged on the first date because they were so hot. And they're also telling you you're not that hot. Today he texted me to say the kiss was amazing. What a pussy. For him and would keep him going for a while. What is this? You're clearly just being played, dude. She's playing games with you. Honey, you're just playing games with this guy, okay? This has nothing to do with how seriously you take the relationship and everything to do with you wanting to have more power and control over this guy, okay? If he was so hot and you were so attracted to him, he would have control over you and your motherfucking loins. And you'd be hopping out of your motherfucking skivvies to bang him every opportunity possible. Just like you did those prior 50 dudes or 100, however many you banged, to express how empowered you are in your slutdom. Oh, yeah. Then 5 minutes later, he said he doesn't want to pressure me, but would like us to sleep together in a couple dates. Otherwise, we'd have to take a few-week break from seeing one another. Yeah. He's attracted to you more than you're attracted to him. And all this is you playing little games with him, shit tests, to manipulate him and to see how much you can manipulate him to set a baseline for future manipulation. That's all. There's an attraction imbalance here, and you know it, and you're taking full advantage of it. I suggested we be intimate in other ways. You mean like a blowjob? I did not have sexual relations with that woman without full-on sex. Yeah. This is you avoiding any real commitment instead of actually committing, okay? And the 3-date rule stands, honey. Look, you don't get to have it both ways. You don't get to be a hedonistic, uninhibited, so-called empowered slut and then become a fucking Puritan. It doesn't work that way. You don't get to have all the benefits without putting out, okay? Especially when you set the fucking rules, and those are the rules. The 3-date rule is based upon how you women have embraced your so-called sexuality. Yeah. We will not adhere to your archaic social traditional norms for women that oppress us. We're going to bang and be pigs just like men. Well, then you don't get to go back in time, sweetheart, okay? And make yourself into a virgin again. It doesn't work that way. Ah, my goodness. Yeah. So I suggested we be intimate in other ways, except for full-on sex. But nope, he doesn't want to compromise. This is not compromise. This is you shit-testing and playing games with this guy, okay? Dump or get off the fucking pot. So all our plans are canceled and we are just going to text for a few weeks. You can say goodbye to this relationship, honey. It's gone. You're not willing to commit. You're not willing to make a commitment. For a man, that commitment is sex, or at the very least, the promise of it, all right, somewhere down the line. Now, if you were like, say, living in the 1950s and you were June Cleaver, or not June Cleaver yet, and Ward Cleaver came to June, whatever her maiden name was, and said, I wants to fuck, how dare you, Ward? You must marry me to get access to the poon. What about the 50 other guys? Oh, okay, I got to give it up now because otherwise I'm a hypocrite. Well, honey, you don't get to be June fucking Cleaver here, okay? Good God. She goes on to say, I'm flabbergasted. That's because you're a dummy with no clue about how the world works. And you think you can play these little games and be one thing and then become another, but still benefit. No, okay? You don't get to have your cake and eat it fucking too, honey. You don't get to do that and be happy and have a successful relationship. You can continue to ride the whore train, the cock carousel. You can do that, sure. But you're not going to get a man to commit to you these days without giving him sex. Idiot. Yeah. I'm flabbergasted. To me, it feels like he's flip-flopping. Well, he's not. He's not flip-flopping. Okay. He didn't say how long he was willing to wait, honey. Good God. How long are you going to make this guy wait? It feels like he's flip-flopping on what we agreed to yesterday. Oh, wow. Is this understandable? I'm also puzzled by the pushiness. Oh, my God. Gee, I keep putting food in your mouth when you're hungry and then demanding you spit it out after you chewed it a little. No satiation of your hunger for you. Oh, how dare you want to swallow that food, motherfucker? I love it. So let me get this straight. You know he wants sex. You know he needs it, but you're going to not give it to him, but you're going to tease him. Okay? You're going to fucking dangle the apple in front of the donkey's fucking face and make him walk 100 miles, or he should walk 100 miles, and he shouldn't be concerned or care or annoyed that he never gets the apple. Really? Wow. Oh, yeah. Oh, that's reasonable. Okay, honey. Oh, man, I'm puzzled by the pushiness when I'm willing to cuddle and build up sleeping together. What? This is a mistake you broads make, okay? You made the rules, you made your bed, you gotta lie in it. You don't get to go back in time before feminism, okay? You don't get to do that. You're a whore. You're proud of it. You do your little slut walks. You sleep with 50, 60, 100 guys, and that's perfectly okay. But then you think at some point you get to decide to be a fucking Quaker or a Puritan, and I'm going to withhold sex all of a sudden because it'll bring more meaning. Let me explain something to you. The only reason that you would withhold sex is to have a strong pair bond, but you have no ability to have a pair bond because you fucked so many dudes, so there's no reason for you to withhold it. Except for for control over him, and to see how much you can shit test him and push him before he pushes back. Well, he's pushed back, and you don't like it because you're an entitled cunt. So, what can I say, honey? You're wrong. He's right. The 3-date rule applies. You created that world with your feminism, with your hedonism, with your slut walks, with your riding the cock carousel, with having no standards whatsoever about who you'll bang, except he's got to have a big cock and a six-pack and be hot. But now you suddenly decided, well, I'm going to wait a while now. No, you don't get to do that. You certainly don't get to do it beyond the 3rd date. Okay? And I got news for you. You ladies created that 3rd date rule by your actions as feminists for 60 years, the sexual revolution, and, oh, yeah, no more traditional gender norms for women. Well, then you don't get to go back and try to claim those norms because it's convenient for you now. It doesn't work that way. It makes you a fucking hypocrite. And inconsistent. And just a manipulative cunt to boot. Okay? But this is typical, guys. So this kind of shit testing, this kind of manipulation to gain power in a relationship is what you will see from a modern feminist. They're all like this. They want to have control. They value control over any kind of close commitment and pair bond and emotional connection. I don't think this broad knows what an emotional connection is. I don't think she can form an emotional connection with a man, so she opts for feeling safe and secure and in control, and then confuses that with emotional connectivity. Yeah. All I got to say to you, honey, is you need to bang the dude and stop telling him, you can smell but don't taste. You can taste but don't chew. Okay, you can chew, but don't swallow. Right? Remember that movie, The Devil's Advocate? Jesus Christ, man, that's the ultimate sadist. What, are you getting pleasure out of this shit? Fucking with people? Yeah, you are. So that's my advice, honey. You're in the wrong. He's in the right. If you want to be in a committed relationship with this guy, you got to actually commit. And in this day and age, a day and age that you women actually created with your feminism and your embracing of hedonism, that's it. Don't want to do it? Then you're not going to have any relationship at all. That's all I got to say. Not to mention the fact that this is extremely contradictory to your whole fucking ideology. Anyway, let me know what you think of this broad in the comment section. Should she be tempting and teasing this guy and, dangling the fruit in front of his face, but not allowing him to take a bite, which is clearly teasing and manipulation and shit testing just for her own ego? Or should she just bite the bullet and bang him, but in her mind give up the power and security that she so wants over this guy in the form of control through his loins? Let me know in the comment section. Please like and subscribe to my BitChute channel if you haven't already. And if you really like the raw, red pill nature of my content, please consider making a donation by going to therealistphilosopher.com/donate. That is therealistphilosopher.com/donate. I could really use your help, guys.